So I think it was a couple of days ago. I think I did a video about the Lakers losing to the Kings on Wednesday night. And a couple, I don't know if they're subscribers or what, but a couple of people went into a whole tirade about what's a superstar and how many superstars are in the league right now. And my question for this video is, what is really an NBA superstar or superstar in general? We're just gonna keep it basketball for now. I ain't gonna go into any other sport. That's the biggest question, because people had different definitions of what an NBA superstar or superstar is. Well, I had to do a research and see what the internet says. The internet says a superstar in the NBA is a high-profile, extremely successful performer or athlete. Fans consider superstars to be players who are best at their craft and demonstrate they are on top of their game. According to the dictionary, a superstar must be extremely successful. Superstars players are those with the desire to be great, who will step over anyone or kill for a team for titles and want their legacy defined by what they did on the court and the amount of titles they have won. So that's one definition of it. Let me look right here. Let's scoot to the next one. Roxbury Review says, a superstar, a high-profile and extremely successful performer. According to the dictionary itself, to be a superstar, you must be extremely successful. Same thing I said before. And it's showing a picture of Giannis dunking with that legendary dunk in Game 5 of the NBA Finals from the live from Drew Holiday over Chris Paul. Throughout the 75 years of the NBA, there has been a handful of players that I could define as a superstar. However, over time, the term superstar has lost its meaning in the way it's once held. So that's one thing, it's true. That meaning, superstar, has lost its meaning. It lost its weight because now they just listen to everybody as a superstar. They consider Draymond Green to be a superstar, which is probably one of the most laughable things I ever heard in my life. Just because somebody boasts and all up in the media dancing next to everyone does not make them a superstar. Especially his numbers don't reflect on that. Going on with this definition in this article. Nowadays, the term is used so loosely, you almost always see any above average player be called a superstar, like I just said. So how can we confidently label players as superstars, avoid the overuse of the term? And they say basketball is a game of inches. Every slight movement in your arms, feet, hips, elbows, and feet have an effect on the way of the ball. Yeah. Skip through there. They're talking about other stuff. So let me rate this then. Let me just rate it to get a more feel for you guys out here. So every slight movement in your arms, feet, elbows, hips have an effect on the way the ball leaves your hand. All these precise techniques and skills necessary to be good at the sport do not come easily. They are built through lots of practice and dedication. As a whole, basketball is the hardest sport to be good at, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe back then. I don't know about now. You can be the slowest person. It's still hard because you still gotta be somewhat tall. Can't be 5'5" and slow. But anyways, as I mentioned previously, every single movement you make as you shoot the ball is crucial to the ball getting in the hoop. Developing a skill set to do this consistently is what makes a superstar. This is why superstars are very rare, but also very important to the sport of basketball. They define what every other player strives to be and inspire the young audience. I can't read right now. Inspire the younger audience that watches them. I read that too fast. Now they go into talking about Steph Curry coming off his fourth championship, because I think this article is dated back to 2022. They say Steph Curry is simply one of the best players in the league, one of the best players to ever play basketball in general. Curry has 2 MVPs, won 4 championships, has 1 Finals MVP, even won an All-Star Game MVP. Yeah, and they go into Steph's credentials, all-time record for 3-point shots, one of the best 3-point shooters in NBA history, which is true. Then they said go into Greek Freaks accomplishments, winning 2 MVP awards, 1 Defensive Player Award, won an MVP and Defensive Player Award in 1 year, the same year. I think he's one of the 3 players that won Finals MVP, All-Star MVP, regular season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. I think the only other person that might have done that might have been Hakeem and Jordan, who have done that. I know definitely Jordan and Hakeem and Giannis both won the Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and Finals MVP. I don't know about All-Star for Hakeem. Then they go into about talking about Nikola Jokic, but that's pretty much it. All right, this is what I define as a superstar in my book. Somebody who's transcended, just not in the league, but also outside of the league, off the court. Perfect example of that is Jordan. No one's touching that. That is the true definition of a superstar. Even Kobe himself. But currently, superstars now that I consider to be superstars, Giannis, Steph, at one point in time LeBron, but I think that label is slowly coming off him. Don't care how many points and longevity. I don't think he's top 10 player in the league right now. Just because somebody yell and screech it all the time on ESPN doesn't make it true. Definitely Curry, definitely Giannis. Some might say Jokic. Not Jason Tatum, not Jaylen Brown, nobody on Boston. Sorry, I don't know about Jimmy Butler. He's very charismatic, as you can see from that music video of Fall Out Boy. But I don't know. Maybe Luka, KD at this point. I think he's starting to decline in that area. But him at one point in time, it's only a handful, really. Those are superstars now. Now, if you want to list younger superstars under the age of 30, then yes, Giannis, Luka, Jokic, under the age of 30. Shoot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not widely known like that, unless you're in OKC, you just know basketball. Because I told my dad about him a couple weeks ago. He even don't remember who he was. He got to see him play. I don't know about Anthony Edwards. He's ascending to that level. Trying to think of others right now. I don't know about Tyrese Halliburton. I'm trying to think of others. I don't know about Devin Booker. Maybe. But it just has to be a name that everybody knows right out the bat. Like, back in the day, when it came to a superstar, everybody knew who Shaq was. Everybody knew who Jordan was, of course. Everybody knew who Magic even was. Bird. Even in the 2000s, everybody knew who Kobe was. AI, maybe. Vince Carter. Maybe at one point in time when he had that label on him. But now, I truly think it's a handful. I know people have their different definitions. Somebody said that Anthony Davis is a superstar, but he doesn't even consider himself to be a superstar. And I don't think he's outside of the NBA realm and some of the fans. If we just ask somebody who don't watch the NBA, ask them who Anthony Davis is, I bet they'll be like, who? That type of thing. It has to be, in order to be a superstar like that, you have to be known by people who really don't watch the NBA like that. Now, Jordan was at an extraordinary level during his heyday. That was probably the ultra superstar. Everybody knew him, especially when it got to the 90s. There was at least three mics in the 90s. Maybe 2, but 3 mics in the 90s that most people knew. There was both MJ, of course. Michael Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. Those are the two highest ones. And then you had probably Mike Tyson. There's a shirt actually with those three on there like that. But anyways, not to go off subject. But yeah. It just has to be, to me, it just has to be a name that everybody knows, even if they don't watch the NBA like that. I don't think it's somebody who's good, they're ascending, but they are not really known like that. They just had to be in the lexicon of American culture as well, too. So, but that's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. People might have other opinions. I do not think people like Draymond Green, people like that are superstars. Hell no. Nope. Not by any chance. Another one I'm thinking of, you could say Dame. I don't know about Dame Lillard. He does have a Gatorade commercial that come on all the time. I guess you got to be in some commercials too, because I think Jokic is in a commercial. I know Curry's been in plenty of commercials. I know Giannis been in plenty of commercials. Jimmy Butler even has a commercial right now. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What's the latest LeBron commercial that been out? I guess you don't need a commercial. Everybody know who he is. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think.